strategy being played out here at the Glen. Robbie Gordon, Ron Fellows on pit road. Matt?
Topping off the 31 car, Ron Liddell plugs the fuel in, and he is out of here. They should be good to go for fuel from here on out, Marty.
Matt running 19th. Ron Fellows comes in. They need about 3.5 seconds of fuel to get him out already behind the 31 car. They said that was their only play. Dave?
Chassis adjustment for Bobby Labonte. Still very loose on the right-handers. Packet full of fuel. Send him on his way.
Bobby, one of the drivers who did not pit earlier under the caution flag. So now the real race is going to be when Tony Stewart comes on to pit road, watching when Tony comes off, where he falls in with Robbie Gordon and Ron Fellows. How about the 20 strategy? Oh, here he comes, Dave. Tony Stewart to pit road.
That's exactly what I was going to tell you guys next. They want to stay out until this lap, lap 57, as he comes by the start-finish line. That gets them in their fuel window. They were asking him to conserve fuel earlier. He won't have to do that anymore. But that was while he was leading, and or while he was trying to hold off Gordon. As he got out in front, he was able to do that a little bit more. Here they go. He said, I didn't want any changes on the car. The car is coming to me. And as we found out, Tony's health is coming to him as well. He feels better. He feels like he can stay in it and win this race. A 4-tire change, no adjustments to the chassis.
Can you imagine that, changing 4 tires? Because he's going to be a long way behind Robbie Gordon. Those other cars that just stopped for a splash of gas.
Yep. As they go down towards turn 1, and Tony's coming up to speed off the pit lane. Robbie Gordon is in turn 1. This is going to be close.
Yeah, but Stewart's on new tires. Stewart's on new tires. That was a great move, I think, on their part.
They had a big enough lead on Robbie Gordon. They could do it, get out in front with 4 tires. So it looks like they are really in good shape. Talking about Tony Stewart in the 20 car.
So Greg Zipadelli with the strategy call that's got Tony Stewart track position on Robbie Gordon. We believe both now have fuel to the finish. You see Ron Fellows lurking back there, waiting on Jeff Gordon to make his final pit stop. Gordon the leader now that Stewart has come in. And Gordon about a half a lap ahead of these guys on the track. So that little exchange might have been the big turning point of the race right there. Here's Mark Martin in for his stop. Marty?
Well, Mark Martin hits pit road. He has not said a word about the chassis on this run, so Pat Tryson has decided to come in, take on 4 tires, pull a tearaway off the windshield. That's the only change for the 6 car, 4 tires and fuel.
A little trouble on the left rear, a little bit slow. 14, 16 seconds.
Don't forget, for the pit crews here at Watkins Glen, they do something they don't do anyplace else all year long. They go to the left side of the car first. Everything's backwards, basically. They all practice it. They all work with it, but it's still not normal for what they're used to doing.
Not normal. Like you, Alan. Not normal.
If you didn't take advantage of that opportunity, I'd have been disappointed in you, Wally. 4-time Watkins Glen winner Jeff Gordon. Is this the lap for the pit stop? Yes. Bill?
That'll be 4 tires, guys. 1 round on the right rear, 4 tires.
Jeff Gordon's car is not running that well. It's really worse on the left-handers. You can see the brake dust coming off the front and the rear tires. And again, these guys have swapped the rear and front tire changers. The guy that normally does the front does the rears here, and the guy that normally does the rear tires is working the fronts. Good stop for Gordon, making sure they get all the fuel in it. Stalls it, now he's on his way.
He's having some trouble. That's going to cost him.
He really is. Had trouble getting off pit road. Sounded like he was in second gear or something.
Tony Stewart has just gone by Jeff Gordon while Jeff runs the pit road speed limit of 35. There you see Stewart and Robbie Gordon and Ron Fellows
and several and a host of others.
Yeah, you lose a couple of seconds like that in the pit lane, and it's a lot when it's all said and done. Tony Stewart made up a lot of ground there.
Wow. Jeff lost a lot of spots. So what he needs now is a caution to come out, allow him to close up to Tony Stewart and regroup. Here's your leader pending his final pit stop, by the way.
And that's why they all stopped on the green flag. Exactly what you're talking about. Hope the caution flag will come out and they can make up all that space free. That's why Kurt Busch has to stop on the green flag.
1/3 of the race yet to go. Here's Kurt Busch in for his final pit stop. Dale Earnhardt Jr. becomes the leader as things continue to cycle around. Matt?
The 97 car is in. Dale Earnhardt Jr. will come to
pit road next time by. Tire change and chassis adjustment on the 97. They still continue to try to dial this race car in. They go to work on the right side of the car. The Bud guys in the A pit are up on the wall waiting for juniors. The 97's away.
Left front fender on that 97 car repaired after a practice crash yesterday here at Watkins Glen. And Kurt Busch looking to see where his strategy shuffles him out. Kurt 7th in the championship standings, only 104 points ahead of 11 starting the day. 5 races to go in the race to the chase. Now there's the leader, Dale Jr.
And he's got to come to pit road. He can't sit out there and wait till a caution flag comes out, because he'll have to start behind all these guys that have pitted earlier.
All we're going to do is a splash. Don't be sliding those tires coming in, but come on in here. Coming in here.
Tony Uri Jr.
Oh, don't miss pit road.
There you see the 8 signboard for Dale Jr. just past the end of the guardrail.
They're just taking gas. Didn't seem like much.
No, sure did. Matt?
They were waiting as long as they could to make sure, Benny and Wally, that if they got a green-white check situation, they would have enough fuel to be in that situation and go to victory lane. On the previous stop, Junior said he had no grip, the car wouldn't turn, and just could not come up off the corner. They made an air pressure adjustment, taking a half a pound out of both rear tires and a track bar adjustment to try to help that race car. He hasn't said anything about the handling since.
Great strategy.
Great strategy. He's in second spot right now, or he's right behind Tony Stewart.
Remember, Junior stopped under the caution flag at lap 49.
Who's leading the thing
That
now?
was a splash off.
That'd be Brendan.
That would be Brendan Gaughan.
All right, Matt Kenseth is in second.
And then Casey Mears will be third. Marty?
Well, Alan, here's the benefit of being 30th in the championship standings. Brendan Gaughan, the 77, 2 laps short from making it all the way. Shane Wilson tells me they're going to leave him out as long as they can because they have nothing to lose. They catch a couple caution laps. Brendan may just stay out front all day.
So what's Matt Kenseth thinking? Same thing, because he's safe. You know, you feel like he's kind of safely into the top 10. Maybe he's going to gamble.
Had an almost caution a second ago, BP.
Oh. See the 16 and 40 close to each other.
Yeah, imagine that.
Gee whiz. Gosh, I wish I could have seen the start of that.
Doesn't look like today that the 40 car had anything to do with it, Wally. In fact, Biffle just got in the corner to her, it looked like.
So there's the race for the lead. Brendan Gaughan, Matt Kenseth. Strategy still playing out and shuffling up the running order here at the Glen. The NASCAR Nextel Cup Series is Watkins Glen International, the famed New York road course where Brendan Gaughan is leading Sirius Satellite Radio at the Glen. That's the name of today's race. He's out in front of Casey Mears, the new second place driver. Matt Kenseth just ducked onto pit road under the green flag seconds ago for what would be his final stop in the race. And we'll check where Kenseth comes out as the field cycles back around across the start-finish line. Go ahead, BP.
Is it time?
Yes, sir.
Cue the duck.
It's time for our Aflac NASCAR Nextel Cup trivia question. Who is the only Cup champion competing today without a top 5 finish on a road course? Come up with that? He's not leading, by the way.
No.
All right, I'll give you a hint because you could think on this one for a while. It took me some time. Survey says the defending series champion.
Best finish on a road course has been 8.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Jeff Gordon, of course, one of the former series champions in today's race with 8 road course wins, but Matt hasn't broken into the top 5 quite just yet. Come back and set the strategy to the finish for you in a minute. Brendan Gaughan leads at Watkins Glen.
Nextel Cup Racing from Watkins Glen on TNT is brought to you by Chevy, the winningest name in racing, and American Revolution. By the Home Depot, go from wondering how to knowing how at the Home Depot. By Levitra, ask your doctor today. Levitra, when it counts. And by Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
New leader here at Watkins Glen. It is Casey Mears. 41 car slipping by Brendan Gaughan a half a lap ago in the inner loop to take over the top spot.
Wow, Brendan Gaughan is gone.
He is gone. Something is up with that 77 car.
Here's the pass for the lead.
Brendan just kind of moves over. I think he feels like something is going wrong.
And so that was the change for the lead in the inner loop. Now they come down to turn number 6.
That explains where he went.
Okay.
Brendan putting his off-road truck experience to use.
Good job getting out of that gravel.
But it's cost him 5 seconds to the race leader, Casey Mears. So Casey now one of 9 different drivers to lead the race today. As we check our Harley-Davidson lap leaders, Tony Stewart leading the most laps today, a third of the race he's been out in front. Right now, though, he runs back in 5th position, 12 seconds behind Casey Mears.
That may be enough. Maybe enough of a cushion.
If there's no caution.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, if it goes green right now, that may be enough of a lead.
So here's Casey Mears, guy who won the pole position for the Brickyard 400. Then had kind of a struggling day, including a late flat tire that dropped him back to 26th at the finish. Kind of a disappointing day. Remember here, last year in this race, he was 5th with 9 laps to go and spun out in turn 1. Wound up finishing 32nd.
Dave Blaney went by the 3rd place car. Here goes Tony Stewart, 4th place.
So Stewart's got to make up all that ground if it goes green.
Yep.
To try to catch Casey Mears.
But he's going to pit. Casey Mears is going to stop for gas.
We're not
they
sure
say.
of that.
Okay.
Not that they say.
Okay.
Drama in the final miles here at Watkins Glen, perhaps. Someone will go to victory lane later today. Will it be Casey Mears with his first NASCAR Nextel Cup Series win?
Back at the road course at Watkins Glen, NASCAR on TNT, the 22nd race of the season, laps winding down. The big question up and down pit road. Who can reach the finish on fuel, and when exactly will that finish be? The race scheduled for 90 laps. Let's take you through the field, starting with a 41 of Casey Mears, and Marty Snyder's got that car.
Well, Weber, the most popular saying on the radio, save fuel and trouble on the racetrack, Brendan Gaughan.
Oh, second place runner Brendan Gaughan is stuck in the gravel trap, and the yellow flag is out. Watch those wheels spin as he tries to get out.
In
but I
vain.
can tell you, Brendan, it's pointless.
Forget it.
Okay.
The floor, locked them up.
Say brake pedal went to the floor.
Yeah, Braco went forward and locked them up. On the rocks with Brian Vickers, Dale Cherry, Herman Sadler, and now Brendan Gaughan.
Not a group you want to be
You
involved.
told them not to go in the rocks.
I said at the very top, don't do this.
So from second place to potentially a lap down, here's what happened. Watch him coming at you.
Man, he's sideways back in the straightaway.
Yeah, right when he got on the brakes, that thing went sideways. Look at the rocks coming out already.
From the other off
From the
course.
other rock excursion. Should have been.
Stop short, stop short, stop short. Oh, no.
Just about 6 feet.
Yep. That's too bad. Having a good race in front of his sponsors, home fans. Rochester, New York, home base of Eastman Kodak. But not going to be the kind of finish he was hoping for Brendan Gaughan. While the pace car gathers up the field, we'll check our Napa field summary. 9 leaders on the day. Tony Stewart has led the most laps. Other leaders today, Jeff Gordon, Robbie Gordon, Brendan Gaughan, Casey Mears, Earnhardt Jr., Harvick, Kurt Busch, and Jimmy Johnson. This now the 5th caution flag of the race, this latest one. And just 7 cars out of the race. Ward Burton and Morgan Shepherd, the latest of them, both to the garage with engine troubles. Greg Biffle may be headed that way as well, as we're under the yellow flag here at Watkins Glen on the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series.